In this video, we are going to have a look at understanding what the numbers represent on our colour charts and why it is crucial to be able to turn our numbers into words. Once you have mastered what each number represents, you will easily be able to identify each colour's depth, reflect, and tonal abilities. On our colour chart, the numbers, depending on their position to the decimal point, represent the depth, how light or dark a colour is, or the reflect and tonal value, the colours that we see. Our colour's depth, the number to the left of the decimal point, represents how light or dark our colour is. At the bottom, we have 1 being our darkest at black. Moving up the shades, we have 6 in the middle with dark blonde, and at the lightest, a 10, an extra light blonde at the top. Moving across the top of the colour chart from left to right, we have our number after to the right of the decimal point, and these numbers represent the reflex or the tones of the shade selected. At point 0, we have a natural. Point 1, ash. Point 2, a pearl violet. Point 3, gold. Point 4 represents our copper. Point 5, a mahogany tone. Point 6, red. Point 7, our matte ash, green, and our point 8, a blue violet. Once the numbers representing the depth, how light or dark our colour is, and the numbers representing the reflex or tonal values have been identified, we can look at a simplified explanation of our colour recipes. Looking at a tertiary reflect, we have our point 6, which is before the decimal point to the left, which represents our dark blonde, how light or dark our shade is. After the decimal point, to the right, we have a 0.036. So our primary tone with 50%, we have a natural shade. Our 0.3, our secondary tone, we have 25%. And our tertiary reflect in this particular shade is a 0.6 red, represented by 12.5%. Here we have the breakdown chart of our colour shade. To the left of the decimal point, we have our base, how light or dark our shade is at a level 6, a dark blonde. To the right of the decimal point, we have our reflex, our primary, our secondary, and our tertiary of a 0.36. So our primary tone, our first reflect, is our natural shade, 0.0, and it's represented with 50% of this colour makeup. Our secondary tone is 25% of a golden shade, and our tertiary tone of 12.5% is a red shade. So here we have our dark, natural, golden, red, blonde. You now have a basic understanding of how the colour depth and tone is distributed and represented within the shade's formulation.